Hey, dualpreneurs, are you finding it a challenge to get seen for your business? You don't have the marketing dollars for radio and TV ads, or does anybody do newspaper ads? So we're going to social media because it's free. But now they want us to pay to play. But still, when you do that, are you finding it hard to still get the visibility you need to get more customers or more sales? You're not alone. My next guest is going to teach us some visibility strategies that's going to help us get more visibility so we can get more sales. Welcome to the Dualpreneur podcast, where we feature amazing people with side gigs and side hustles, as well as expert guests to share tips on starting and building successful side businesses. I am your host, Tara Jackson, aka Madam Money, and I am the founder of Dualpreneur. I am excited to introduce my guest. We are longtime friends. She is absolutely amazing in the media and PR space, and I needed her to come on to talk about this because a lot of us are challenged in getting the visibility that we need to grow our business. So Lillie Mae of Lillie Mae PR agency, she's the bomb. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise to the world. And before we get into everything that I want to ask you, tell the world how amazing you are.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for having me. Hey, everyone. I am Lillie Mae, and I have been a full-time entrepreneur and public relations strategist for over 10 years. I help entrepreneurs get more visibility by confirming them for speaking opportunities, confirming them for interview opportunities in the media, and also coaching them with do-it-yourself visibility strategies so that they can stand out from the crowd, stand out from the competition. And you may have seen me in Black Enterprise, on Netflix, TMZ, Huffington Post. I've definitely enjoyed this passion of helping entrepreneurs get to the next level in business. So I'm very excited to be here and just share with you some visibility tips that will help you as a dualpreneur.
I am so happy that you're here too. When I haven't seen you in a year or so, so it's so good to see you. You look beautiful as usual.
Thank you.
But yeah, this visibility thing, we really got to talk about it. But before we go into that, you before you became a full time entrepreneur, you were a dualpreneur, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
had a full time job and you did your PR work. So tell us about that. What were some of your challenges, opportunities, and how did you transition from dualpreneurship to full time entrepreneurship?
Sure. So my very first business actually was a print magazine when I lived in Atlanta. So it was a print magazine for emerging entertainers, and it was very expensive. So that's why I kept my full-time job so that I could fund my business. And then over time, I decided to transition into being a public relations strategist and working with, different clients in that way. And so I kept my full-time job until my business became fruitful enough to sustain me and sustain itself. I think it's so important that we remember that we should not just jump into full-time entrepreneurship right away, that we should build our business to a place where it can sustain us as an employee of the business and sustain itself. And so that was a transition for me. I waited for my business to grow and become fruitful so that I could be in a comfortable place with it. And I use my 9 to 5 job as the investor, right, of my business until I got to that point. So I always encourage dualpreneurs, hang on to that full-time job, that corporate gig as long as you can, because that is your investor.
Oh, and I didn't even pay her to say that, but yes, absolutely. So I equate that as to when we have a child, right? So when we give birth to a child, that child is solely reliant on us as a parent, right?
Mhm.
To eat, to sleep, to do whatever. As it grows up, it gets a little bit independent, but it's still reliant on the parent to still
Mhm.
provide for them. Even when
Yes.
they become a teenager and they're self sufficient in a sense, they still need the parent to supplement and still provide. When
Mhm.
they become an adult, they may be able to not need the parent anymore, but they don't have the resources to take care of the parent. As they get older, they have the resources to not only take care of themselves, but also take care of their parent. right? It's the
Absolutely.
same thing as your business. Your business is an infant. It needs that job to sustain.
Yes.
Even if it's starting to make money, it's still going to need that job so you can sustain your lifestyle and the life quality of life that you want. It's
Mm-hmm.
until that business can sustain itself as well as pay your bills is when you quit your job. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
thank you so much for bringing that up. I thought it was very important that dualpreneurship is the bridge to full-time entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. So now we, especially with myself, I mean, not in the beginning, it was so hard to get visibility, right? I don't have the marketing dollars like the big companies or even the mid-sized companies, right? We're bootstrapping our businesses. And so, we're trying to get as much visibility. And on social media, before they went through all these algorithms, it was a little bit easier. But now there's all these algorithms. There's this pay to play, or you have to pay to boost things. You have to pay to get seen, and it's becoming more expensive and more challenging for dualpreneurs to become seen. Why do you think that's so?
Well, for so long, we were able to leverage social media without having to invest in those types of things. And then I believe that creators of these apps, they got wind that people were building $1 million businesses off their apps for free. So that's why now you have to kind of pay to play with the social media apps. And the algorithm is so that it suppresses any content that appears to be business related. So I don't know if everyone knows, but certain keywords that you use in your post, that suppresses your post, like click my bio link or to purchase or to buy or webinar. So there's certain keywords that are a part of the algorithm to suppress your content if
Wow.
you are selling something, which is why, we can't completely rely on social media in the traditional sense. You
Mm,
have to be creative to get the visibility on social media. No longer can you just post a flyer or post,
yeah.
an ad at this point.
That's a very good point, and I never thought about that. But where do you think we could find, or couldn't we find some keywords or potential keywords to avoid if we are posting something about business? I know they don't want to blast it out, but where could we possibly find that, or what are a few? You mentioned, click here, purchase, webinar, sign up, or whatever.
Yes, anything that prompts someone to buy would typically be something that is likely suppressed. So you have to get creative. And instead of saying, click my bio link, maybe say, comment, purchase, or not even purchase, comment yes if you are interested in learning about this. Then when people comment, then you direct message them. So
Mhm,
you really just have to circumvent the call
mhm,
to action in a way that prompts people to engage with you so that
mhm.
you can reach out to them. Because I'm sure for a while we could say, oh, DM the word Lillie if you're interested. And I'm sure Instagram has caught wind of that at this point.
Right,
So now, comment yes if you want to learn how to, because that doesn't necessarily say that you're selling anything, but
right.
it gauges the interest of people who might need what you're offering. And then you can message them on the back channel, if that makes sense.
Well, that is a strategy that I use very frequently, and it does work.
Mm-hmm.
Say yes if this, and if they say yes, then I reach out to them, and then we exchange privately
Mm-hmm.
that way. So that does work. So that's cool. So let's get into it, because I know everybody's like, come on, let's get to the strategies now. Now, most of the people are doing Facebook ads or any ads, and those ads are becoming more expensive. But I've done ads and haven't seen anything. I've paid people to do ads for me. It looks like now you have to put thousands upon thousands of dollars just to make money on these Facebook ads. What are some strategies on how we can get more visibility on social media without without investing a significant amount of money if we don't have it at this time?
Yeah, so I say collaboration is key in this season. Like, for example, on Instagram, at this point, I think it allows you to go live with 2 or 3 people at one time. So, doing Instagram lives is going to be a great way to engage your audience and to engage, other people's audiences as well if you do those types of collaborations. And
Mhm.
so, that is a strategy that I use because at this point, honestly, entrepreneurship is saturated. And there was a statistic, which I don't remember the the specific number that said there were so many millions of new entrepreneurs as a result of the pandemic. So now people need to hear your voice. They need to get to know you. So now it's a little different than just posting an ad to get someone to purchase. We have to show up and speak about the solution that we provide. They have to hear us. They have to see us consistently. So using Instagram Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, so that people can engage with you, can, you know, ask questions and things of that nature, I think is what's going to help you beat the algorithm. And when you do that in collaboration with other people, like by inviting them on the live with you to have the discussion, now you get exposure to their audience and they get exposure to yours. So collaboration, I think, is one of the best ways to beat the algorithm in the season and not have to invest thousands upon thousands of dollars for ads. Another tip with Facebook, you know, Facebook groups are pretty popular. So one strategy that I use, I will pitch the admin of a Facebook group and say, hey, I would love to go live inside of your Facebook group and share 5 ways that your entrepreneurs can get visibility. And they're like, oh, that's a great idea. And that puts me in front of a new audience. Of course, I have an upsell at the end that people can engage in. But again, I don't have to necessarily pay $1,000 for a Facebook ad. I can use that strategy with Facebook groups and get in front of my audience that way.
I love that. I love that. The first one, IG Live. If you all saw me looking down, it's because I'm really taking notes. So the IG Live, I don't really get on IG and do IG Live that much, but I know there is value in doing IG Live. So I do have to start focusing on IG Live a little bit more. I'm guilty, y'all. But that about the collaboration with admins of groups, because some admins won't let you comment or let you do anything in their group, but it's a valuable group. But if you collaborate with the admin, they may give you access so you can do a live. It may be one time, but you still can do a live and reach a new audience. So I think that is so brilliant. My friends are so awesome. They're so brilliant.
Yes, and there's a particular Facebook group called Sispreneurs. They have about 100,000 members. And so they do allow you to make a small investment to go live inside of their group. I know the creator of the group, her name is Elizabeth. It's a huge group. She went viral. Her Facebook group went viral. And that's how she got to having like 100,000 members. And so I'm scheduled to speak inside of that group as well at the end of the month. So I would encourage, you know, any business owner who has a target demographic that's like women of color to reach out to Sispreneurs and say, hey, Lillie Mae suggested I reach out to you. What would be the investment to go live inside of your group?
And that's another point too. If you have a group and you have a significant amount of people within your group, you can create a pay to play for people that provide value and they want to be, you know, next to those people. They can pay a small fee. It doesn't have to be expensive, but that's an investment that they can make for marketing for them, which is cheaper than Facebook ads.
Absolutely.
Right?
I have a Facebook group called Glambitious, and we have about 2,000 members. And so once a month, I have a virtual event inside of my Facebook group. The speakers make a small investment. We have a flyer that's professional that they can share, so they can invite their audience to see them live speaking and engage that way, not just my audience, but re-engage their audience. So anytime you're doing these things, you want to look at it as a multifaceted effort. Not only, you know, am I speaking to your audience right now, I will repost this podcast to re-engage my own audience so that they can see me, you know, sharing value. So yes, you can definitely create a paywall if you have a Facebook group, a small investment that people can make to speak inside of your Facebook group.
That's amazing. Never thought about that. Love that. Okay, cool. So, okay, any other strategies? Because I'm loving it. Because I'm like, I'm doing all of it.
Yes, I always, you know, of course, as a public relations strategist, I have to also mention media interviews. That includes podcasts, blogs, magazines. All of those things are really great for visibility. Beyond that, because oftentimes, you know, I've been working with entrepreneurs for many years. So when people come to me, they're like, Lillie, get me in Essence, get me in Forbes. And it's like, slow down. Slow down, okay? You know, right. Those outlets are phenomenal, of course. But when you're just starting out with getting media interviews, don't discount these smaller outlets. Because for me, even if I can speak to 10 people, all it takes is one person to invest in a media campaign with me. So I find value in smaller outlets, and I encourage entrepreneurs for, to have that same perspective, like, yes, eventually we do want to get to Forbes. But in the meantime, who's within your network that has a podcast, a blog, an online magazine that you
Why
can make a
not?
small investment?
Why not do the DUALpreneur podcast?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm here. You should be here too if you're watching.
Oh.
Yes.
Look, they scared. I'm like, I don't know what y'all scared. You need the visibility. I'm trying to help you out, right?
Yes.
Good
Yes.
job. Yeah,
It's
I love
good to
that
be
too. Don't despise humble beginnings, right? So sometimes that smaller group where you get that one or two people that want to invest and they're willing to invest big. And you could be in, like, I've been in Black Enterprise, but honestly, Black Enterprise, I didn't make any money from being in Black Enterprise. I got interest, more people on my website, but it's the people that I communicate with, my speaking engagements, the podcast, those are the ones that click to cash. So, especially in-person opportunities, whether I'm on panel or speaking engagements, subject matter experts, I've been everyone that I've gone in, there's at least one person that will ask me, how much is your speaker fee? And
Mhm.
that's the question I want to be asked,
Mhm.
if they want me to speak. So that's phenomenal. I love that.
Yes, yes. And with media, it's a multifaceted effort. So on one end, you do get the visibility, but again, you always want to be thinking about how you can repurpose things. So for example, you being featured in Black Enterprise, even if you didn't monetize that right away, now it adds and lends to your credibility. Now, if you have a sponsorship package that you're sending to Coca-Cola, you'll have as seen in Black Enterprise, Glambitious Magazine. Look, I gotta throw my magazine out there. Whatever those platforms are. So we also, as dualpreneurs, want to make sure that we're building our credibility
Mhm.
by being seen in platforms like this, on platforms like the Glambitious platform and the larger platforms, because it does lend to your credibility, even if it doesn't turn into a sale right away. Now people see you speaking as an expert on a podcast. They see you in Black Enterprise as an expert, and it lends to your credibility.
And you're absolutely right, because I can't say that Black Enterprise did not make me any money, but Black Enterprise gave me the credibility to get on other programs that did pay, that paid me, or opportunity for, if they were deciding on if I was going to be their speaker and pay me. The fact that I have as seen as in Black Enterprise, Essence Festival, and all of that gave me the credibility and made me worthy, I guess, for the investment. So you're absolutely right. So anytime that you're on any podcast, any TV show, or whatever, you always say "as seen in." Always put that in your credentials, because a lot of people forget. Like, oh yeah, I did this local news TV show. We'll find out what the main carrier is, and if it was ABC, as featured in ABC on ABC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Is there more? Is there more?
There is more. So obviously, once you get to the point where you want to invest for someone to help you with visibility, that's when you connect with a person like me. Typically, working with a publicist, honestly, is going to be about $3,000 to $5,000 a month. However, I've created a visibility bundle that is much less expensive, but it includes several interview opportunities for you to get that momentum in business. Like right now, we're in Women's History Month. So if you are a woman dualpreneur, this is a prime time to be seen on podcasts, interviews, and things of that sort. And with my visibility bundle, it includes you being on a magazine cover, right? And the beauty of being on a magazine cover is, again, it lends to your credibility. You also get a 2023 Woman to Watch online interview spotlight. You get to interview on the Glambitious podcast, which is on Spotify. And then you also get a call with me so that I can strategize other do-it-yourself ways that you can get visibility as an entrepreneur. So I would definitely encourage any of you who kind of want to take it to the next level, and you may need some one-on-one support, but you don't want to spend, thousands of dollars. I do have something that I've created that's like a perfect medium so that you can get more visibility this spring 2023.
Okay, so let's recap what we've gotten so far, and then let's talk about where people can find that bundle or get access to that bundle. Okay, so we have do IG lives, Tara. Do IG lives, Tara. Do IG lives. Okay, I got to do IG lives. Ugh. All right, I'm gonna do IG lives. Okay, collaboration is king. No, collaboration is queen. So make sure that you collaborate, connect with those group admins, see if you can go live. That is an opportunity. That's an investment. That's a good pay to play there. If you have a group, and you can give exposure to other people or visibility to other people, consider that pay to play option to help invest in your group, because groups cost money to manage. It just does. The third option was what was the third option or the third strategy?
What did we say? We said IG Live.
IG Live.
I'll give you a third if we didn't say a third.
You did.
Live speaking engagements is a great way to get more visibility for your business. I probably didn't say that first, but I'm going to
okay. So we said that don't despise humble beginnings, because get on media, right? The media. Make sure you get on the podcast. The DUALpreneur podcast. Come on, y'all. The Glambitious podcast. Come on, y'all. Make sure you listen to them and make sure you follow them, share them, and be on them. Get visibility, because when you share other people's stuff, other people share your stuff. That's collaboration. And then, of course, speaking engagements, being a subject matter expert. If you don't want to, one of my clients, she does not want to get on a stage and speak by herself. She is not a speaker, but she's very smart and has a lot of intellectual property. So what may be good for her as a subject matter expert is a panel.
Yes.
So when people can ask her questions and she's prompted and she can answer the question, but it's not just her, it's several people. But that still gives you the exposure of being a subject matter expert, and you have the opportunity to either sell on stage or sell in the back of the room.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. The last in-person speaking engagement that I did, I was paid to do it. And then I got maybe 6 clients from it. So I ended up making 5 figures off of one speaking engagement. So don't get scared to get on stage. I like you said, there are panel options if you're not comfortable with commanding the mic one-on-one. We are having the Glambitious Atlanta conference. So if you want to be seen in person as a speaker or panelist, you're welcome to join us at the Glambitious Atlanta conference as well.
Ooh, nice. I can't wait. Okay, cool. And then the last one is connect with a media PR expert like Lillie Mae that can help you get the exposure. And yeah, the investment may cost a couple $1,000s as a retainer per month, but Lillie Mae has a bundle that's going to save you money and get the visibility that you need so you can increase your sales, so you can afford to pay her on a retainer or do a campaign with her. So how can people get access to this bundle?
Absolutely. If you visit my website, theglamceo.com, you'll see the opportunity for the visibility bundle. And like I said, it's extremely affordable. It includes 3 interview opportunities as well as a coaching call with me so that I can give you specific strategy for your specific business. And I also have a book called The Entrepreneur's Guide to Get More Visibility. And inside of that book, it also includes strategies on creating your own tour, on, creating opportunities for yourself to speak, on getting featured in the media. All of the things I discussed here, plus maybe 60 more pages of ideas, are definitely in that book as well. And that's on my website, theglamceo.com. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or you have any questions, you can follow me at I am Lillie Mae. That's I am Lillie Mae.
Amazing. I told y'all she was awesome. This is my PR chick right there. This is my PR boo. Awesome. Thank you so much, Lillie Mae, for coming on, for doing what you do in the community, especially helping small businesses and dualpreneurs get the visibility that they need. I so appreciate you, not only as a professional, but also as a friend. So thank you for coming on. I can't wait to be at Glambitious in Atlanta, Georgia. Yay. So make sure you all go to the glamceo.com, theglamceo.com, get your bundle, get your book, register for the conference, and don't forget to register to be a guest on the DUALpreneur podcast so you can get some more visibility. Thank you, Lillie Mae. And thank you for watching and for listening.